Hello folks, and welcome to day 9 of my Football Manager Mobile Christmas Challenge. I'm Kev, that's a Christmas tree. This is my daughter Amy, and it is really cold. If you think it's been cold on some of these so far, it's properly cold today. We didn't want to venture far from home, so we found this, I mean it counts, it's got lights on, but it's so dark out here. We've just on a little housing estate round the back of Tesco, basically, but it's not ideal. Let's play some Football Manager and get back in the car. Quick! Well, we just had our first non-recording disaster of the series, and luckily we've got away with it a little bit. I did make a long excuse about why, despite the fact we're only supposed to be playing league games, it was so cold I was going to do these 2 cup games against Exeter and Northampton. And then we lost them both because we're rubbish and we haven't won for good, I mean it's like 10 games now since we won a football match in any competition. But they didn't record anyway, so it seems the game itself has decided that I'm only doing league games. So now we're going to be playing, who are we playing? Wimbledon and Blackpool. My hands are so cold I can barely feel the phone in my hands. But this is the team that we're putting out there. We've got Bond in goal, a back four of Hughes, Taylor, Baldwin and Shepherd, Doty and Chettle in midfield. It's getting desperate if Chettle's in midfield. And then Marriott up front with Lloyd, Forrester and Edwards in behind. The one thing you did miss from the FA Cup game is that Marcus Maddison picked up an injury in that. I was too cold to find out how injured he is, but as you can see he's still not back in the team 2 games later, so presumably it's a rather juicy injury and hopefully not one that's going to keep him out for a serious length of time, because that could cause us major issues. Some of the forfeits are starting to come in the comments, forfeits for as and when I get sacked. I'm not even thinking in terms of if I get sacked at this point. It's starting to become very clear that because it's so cold I can't feel the phone properly and I can't fiddle with this too much. It's very unlikely we're making it to the end of this season without getting fired. It was painful making that substitution. My hands are so cold. I did go and try and buy some of those fancy gloves today that let you continue to use a touch screen. I couldn't find, to be fair I only looked in B&M, my favourite shop, but they didn't have any. So I think my backup option after I'm done here, I'm going to head to the Tesco that's just over there somewhere, just try and buy a pair of any old gloves and turn them into a pair of Milkman's gloves. In fact, I just need Milkman's thumb. I just need to loosen one thumb from the glove so that it keeps the rest of my hands cold. I am wearing the Christmas jumper still. I don't know if I showed you that during the Exeter game that didn't record or during the intro, but the Christmas jumper is on. I'm not taking my coat off. It was 2 degrees when I got out of the car. It's only tea time. Don't understand why it's so cold. What is important though is that we're 2-1 up away from home, and we might finally be starting to return to something resembling winning ways. I don't know winning 1 game in 10 counts as winning ways, but it's a start, it's a step in the right direction if we can hold on, and that is a big if, because we've developed quite a distressing habit of conceding really late goals, and Marriott should have scored there. But hopefully, I mean, I would feel a lot more comfortable if we could grab another goal or 2, although being 4-1 up would be troubling because of how often we score 4-4s at the moment. I think they're going to get a player sent off here. Right, surely we can't mess things up from here. A little bit of housekeeping as well. I'm not sure how the next few days of this series are going to go. The plan all along has been that this Sunday we were going to Nottingham. Jack Marriott's just scored a beauty. We were going to be going to Nottingham to record like a bunch of videos over in Nottingham at the various trees that they've got there. There's now a severe weather warning for both where we live and Nottingham, so I don't know if we're going to be going. If we don't go, I'm going to have to find more trees like this just randomly at the sides of roads. So if we get a few more like this, I apologise, it's the weather what did it. It's not deliberate. I did have some spectacular ones planned, and hopefully I'll still get to go and do them, but I'm not going to drive for 4 hours through the snow just to drag myself to Nottingham just for the sake of it. Importantly though, we've just won a football match. Jack Marriott scored a hat-trick and we've moved back up to 14th place in the league, and hopefully this can be the start of a resurgence that continues with another win now. Right, we're playing Blackpool now. I'm going to think of Blackpool and how sunny and lovely it was when I was there earlier in the year for Play Expo. It wasn't that sunny and warm, but I tell you what, at no point that day did my hands feel like they were going to snap off, which is a situation that I'm in right now. Oh, I just want a 0-0 with no highlights. That would make me so happy right now. When I decided to do this series, I thought that all the difficulties and struggle would come from the potentially embarrassing and humiliating situations that I could find myself in. I'm not bothered by all that. What I am bothered by is how very, very cold it is. I'm wearing so many layers. Jack Marriott's just got his 4th goal of the episode. I love that man. Jack Marriott, if you're watching, I love you. You are single-handedly keeping me in a job at the moment, hopefully. I mean, there's been no threat of the sack yet, but you never know. Oh, 27 minutes in. I mean, if I was a younger, fitter man, I could do some jogging on the spot. I think that might tip me over the edge though. I'm already cold. If I start trying to jog, I am going to give myself a heart attack. But we'll just keep moving. They've just rounded our keeper and still not scored. That's quite impressive. Swapping hands again. Oh, yeah. What's the weather like near you at the moment? Is it as cold near you as it is near me? Make me feel better by telling me that you've got 10 feet of snow and whatever else you might have. Icy winds. If you're somewhere warm, or if you're watching this in June because you're just traipsing through all the old videos on the channel, I don't want to know how hot it is where you are. In fact, to be honest, if it's June, I won't care because I'll have forgotten by then that I was ever this cold. But right now, you might think I'm exaggerating. I'm genuinely not. I don't have a proper winter coat. Jack Marriott, goal number 5 of the episode. We could be doing 2 wins in a video, possibly for the first time this series, and that's just been taken away from us cruelly by an 85th minute equaliser. And now we just need to go on, Jack, get back-to-back hat-tricks. Let's just have a Chris Forrester has just scored in the 89th minute. We're 3-2 up. The dream is still alive, everybody. We could genuinely be back in the top half of the table by the end of this episode, which I already feel warmer. When you're on a 10-game losing streak, the cold feels oh so much colder. When you're winning back-to-back football matches and Jack Marriott scoring goals for fun, suddenly you don't notice just how cold it is anymore, because we find ourselves 11th in the league. It's on, everybody. Sack. Who's getting sacked? I'm trying to show you the league table, but my hands aren't working. So 6th place is on 31 points. That was not what I tried to click on. We are on, I can't even see, 27. We're only 4 points outside the playoffs now. This is doable, everybody. If you have enjoyed today's video, please make sure you pop a nice big thumbs up on there for me. We've got to celebrate these 2 wins with likes aplenty. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager content, 4 and 9 every day and 10 o'clock in the morning all throughout Advent. And thank you very much for watching.